Hey guys, welcome to Farm Charm Chic and Happy New Year. I'm Emily and I am so excited you are here with me today because it is the 5th of the month, which means that it is the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge today. There are 5 brand new DIYs that each cost less than $5. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would love if you would consider doing so. And if you do like what you see in this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up. But let's get right into the DIYs. I got this particular piece at Hobby Lobby on their clearance. I think it says it was like $3.24 or something like that. And it looks cute the way that it is. I just don't really have a beach theme in my home or anywhere in any of my rooms. So I did buy this with the intent that I was going to make it over to something else. And so I thought the colors I really did like, and I thought it would be perfect to put the word frost across it. Of course, I've been thinking of like 5-letter words that I could do for winter, and that's what I came up with. And once I figured that out, I thought that was so cute. So I am just painting over the letters on these so that you can't see the word beach coming through, and it is a little bit of a different blue that I've been using for my projects, and so this will just make sure that it matches. I thought about like, oh well, couldn't you just turn the letters over? But the way the holes were drilled and the weight of the wood, you couldn't just flip them over, and if you turn the sign over, you'd have like the really not so great back looking. And so I just decided I wasn't ever going to have it say beach, so that's why I colored over the front, if that makes sense. So I'm taking this little wooden snowflake ornament that I have. This came in like a pack of several that I got. I don't remember where. I want to say maybe Hobby Lobby, and it came with like 20 or so little snowflakes in there. And I'm just kind of doing a little baby wipe stain with the blue on there. And then I'm just going to tie a little twine bow to put on there to add a little bit of texture. So I just do a little bit of glue around the center of the snowflake there, and then I'm just going to place it in the very corner, and then I just put a little bit of glue on the back of that little twine bow and just place that in the center of the snowflake. I thought it would be fun to stencil the letters on here, so I am just taking a little stencil brush that I got at Dollar Tree, and I am just cutting the bristles completely flat, and then I am just going to dip it in some white paint, and then I kind of will dip it on a little baby wipe to get the excess paint off. So you start with a little bit of paint to begin with. You can always add more, and then just in a slow up and down, not slow, but a quick up and down motion, I am just putting, dabbing that paint through the letters there, and that way that's what will transfer them. You can see how when I take that off, it transfers really well, and you'll kind of get the hang of it after you do your first and second one. You kind of get the rhythm of exactly how much pressure, how much paint you need to add, and so forth. It is really easy to go in with that blue paint. If you got any like bleed through or any spots from the white paint on there, you just go touch it up with a little blue paint to cover that up, and that is super easy to fix. But I think this turned out so cute. I love it. I will definitely use this all the time in my winter decor, whereas the beach one, I don't think I ever would have used it. But what do you guys think of this? Okay, for this project, I have this piece of wood that's just a scrap piece of wood left over from a prior project that I did last summer. And then I have these 2 wooden snowflakes that I got at Dollar Tree. The larger one just came on its own, and the little one came in a pack of like 5 or 6 that you get for $1. And I'm just taking some spackling because these both have that little hole where you can hang them from, and I just want to cover that up because I'm not going to be hanging them, and I just want it to look as solid in one piece as I can. And then for the background, I'm going to paint blue. You can match this to whatever color your winter decor is, but for this video I'm doing the theme of blue with my winter decor, so I'm just painting the whole background. And I do go on the sides and paint the sides white. The reason I do that is if I want to put a different sign on the back side of this so I can have dual purpose, then I don't have to be committed to that blue color. I have the white around the edge. So for the smaller snowflake, I'm also going to paint it blue to match the background, and then I will take the larger snowflake and I'm going to paint that in a white color. After both snowflakes are completely painted and dried, I am going to glue these onto the sign. So I am just going to use some hot glue on the back of my big white snowflake. Now I did make sure that this matched up size-wise just perfectly with this piece of scrap wood. So you can obviously put it on whatever backdrop that you have, whatever size, if you want it to hang over the edge or however. You don't even have to add it onto a backdrop if you don't want to. Now I'm going to place the little one in the center. Now there are several different ways you can find the center of this. I go by the eyeball method, which does not always completely add up to center. I realize that. So whatever works best for you, if you want to go ahead and find the exact true center to glue that snowflake on, go ahead and do that. But I think this turned out really cute, very fun, and such a good wintry feel and such a solid piece. I am so excited for today's video because I absolutely love doing the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge. It is a challenge that I host every month with my good friend Missy at the Crafty Cove DIY. Our guest host this month is CJ from CJ DIY. Every month on the 5th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we get together and create a playlist, which the link will be down in my description box, and we create 5 DIYs that each cost less than $5. Every month the theme changes, and this month our theme is Let It Snow Home Decor. So all of the videos in today's playlist should have a snow theme for your home decor to transition from Christmas into winter. Again, that link to the playlist will be listed down in my description box. When you click on that link, it will play the entire playlist for you. I will also have a link to Missy's channel and to CJ's channel, and I encourage you to check them both out because they are both fabulous DIYers, and if you like my style, you're going to love what they create also. So definitely check them out and subscribe to them while you're there. Let's get right back into creating some DIYs. This is such a simple and easy project that if you blink, you will probably miss it. But I have this little sign from Dollar Tree, and I also have this calendar. It's the Enjoy the Little Things calendar from this year, the 2022 calendar. Had to think about the year for a minute because I'm not used to saying 2022. Anyhow, I am going to look at the December in their page, and it is a Let It Snow is what it says. And the square size of it is the perfect size to fit inside of this little shadow box that I got at Dollar Tree. Now, I do just want to mention that this calendar also comes from Dollar Tree. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. And there are a couple of other months that have this little square image in there that have different sayings for different seasons. So you could easily change this up to go for different seasons if you wanted. Again, this is just for inspiration. If you have a sign that is not quite this size or a little bit bigger, use some scrapbook paper behind it, whatever you need to do to kind of make it your own style. But in case you happen to see these particular shadow boxes at Dollar Tree and you have this calendar, you'll know that this is a perfect fit. You can use scissors, you can use a paper cutter, whatever you need to. If you need to trim a little bit off of the sides when you go to put it in there, I mean, whatever you need to do to get it to fit, but it fits very securely. I don't even glue it down because I was thinking, well, I may want to change this to one of the other sayings. So I just push it around all of the edges with my fingers to make sure that it is in there and that it is not coming out and that it is all flat. And that is it. It is so simple and so easy. How cute is this for all winter long? Let It Snow is just simple. You could add a bow to it, whatever you wanted to personalize it, but I think it turned out really cute. I picked this home sign up at Dollar Tree, and I love the shape of the sign, but I also wanted that little metal heart to use for some upcoming Valentine projects, so you'll have to keep your eyes peeled to see what I end up doing with that. But I have this thrifted snow letters here. There was a cute little snowman on the top of it that I used in another thrift flip video that I did with some winter projects, but I have these letters left. Now, I know you're not going to be able to find this exact item at a thrift store. However, I do know at Walmart for 97 cents, they sell different letters. And so you can easily go there. Hobby Lobby, I think they're just a little bit more than $1 that you would need to get them. So, but I mean, I paid $2 for the whole thing, and this is my second project I've done out of it. So I feel like I've done pretty good. But I just remove all of the little wires and all of the little evergreen and the little bells and everything off that. I'm just going to clean it up. And there is a lot of holes and little marks and stuff on it from where all of this little stuff was, the embellishment was attached to it. So first of all, I'm making sure that it fits here. And then I'm going with some spackling and just covering up those little holes to make it really smooth. So when I paint these letters, you won't be able to see any of that. I want the base of my sign to be a white because I'm going to paint the letters blue because my theme that I'm doing in all of my projects is a blue and white winter theme. And so, of course, you just do as many coats of paint as you need to cover your sign. And Dollar Tree always has signs that shape, so it doesn't have to be the one that has like the little shiplap look or whatever you can find would work totally fine, even a different shape of sign, however you wanted to do it. But I'm just going over my letters. I don't do the back of them because they're going to be glued onto the sign, but I do the sides that you can see and then the fronts of them all in this blue color. After I get my letters done, they kind of looked a little plain to me, and so I thought, well, maybe I should make them look like they've been snowed on. So I do take the tops of the letters and dab a little bit of snow. This would completely be optional. And then I just kind of go over the edges with the white. This gives a little bit of dimension when it's on top of the sign, and then also the snow just kind of is a fun little whimsical look. I actually really liked the way that it turned out. Again, this would be completely optional. Let me know what you think if you like the little bit of the snow touch added on there down in the comments. I would love to know what you think of that. So before I glue these down, I'm going to line them up on the sign with the spacing that I want to make sure that everything looks good and fits, so that way I don't get to the end and I don't have enough space. So I'm just lining these up and getting them as centered as my eyeball sees, because I don't really measure a lot. I do the eyeball method. And then I start with gluing on the bottom one, because to me the W was a little bit easier to line up with the side, the little slats in the sign and the ends of the W. And then I go and do the S at the top, and that way I know that my two ends are fit in there correctly, and then it's just easier to go in and glue the middle two letters in after you get those on there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am in love with this sign. I love how it turned out. I think the little snow on the letters adds the perfect amount of whimsy. It is going to look so cute in my winter decor. Don't forget that I'm on Instagram also. I love to meet new Insta friends, so I would love for you to come over and say hi, check out my page, and see all the latest projects that I'm working on. I'll be sure and leave a link down in my description box so you can easily find me. I saw these cute little glass votive jars at Dollar Tree earlier last year, and so I picked up a couple of them. And so I have one, and since I'm going kind of with a blue theme, I thought this would be perfect. And I also have these snowflakes that are from Hobby Lobby. I got them at 50% off, and you may already have some snowflake ornaments that you use. Even like the little foam snowflake scatter that you get at Dollar Tree, you could do this with. So whatever you can find to work, this is just giving you some inspiration. These were tin, and so I was able just to take a little barbecue skewer and just kind of slide it up in there. So that way, I'm going to make a little floral arrangement, but that way they would just kind of stand up in there. Again, if you find the little foam snowflakes, you could just stick that skewer right into those and do that with it, or the wooden snowflakes from Dollar Tree you could easily glue onto the skewers. Whatever you have that you could use would work just fine. Now I am just taking some pieces of florals that I have left over from other projects I did throughout the season. So it's a good way to use some of your little bit of like pine evergreen florals that maybe you had one or two sprigs left over from Christmas. And so I'm just cutting those down, what I've got, and making them the size that I want them. I also used a little bit of eucalyptus in there because it has that really like silvery color, and I thought that was really appropriate for winter time. And then I also have this little silver eucalyptus here from Dollar Tree that is very sparkly and glittery, and I thought that was fun. It just added a little bit of shimmer to the arrangement. Use whatever you have. I mean, I'm sure if you've done any crafting through the holiday season, you may have like a piece here or there, or now, to hang on to them, because there's always something you can find to do to stick a little sprig of something somewhere. And then I just stick those snowflakes in there. I don't show it, but I do end up tying a little twine bow around the lip of the jar, the ring of the jar, just to kind of add a little bit of softness to it. But it does have that little handle on it. And you could do this with any jar, any vase that you have. I just did the blue since that's what I had on hand. But I think this turns out so cute. It's going to be just kind of a cute little wintry look, just set on a shelf, and it's just going to add that softness with the greenery. I love how this turned out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed these winter and let it snow home decor inspired DIYs. Do you guys get much snow where you live? We get a ton of snow where I live. So I am currently like sitting with about a foot of snow on my front lawn right now. So making some beautiful and whimsical snow decor makes it a little bit more tolerable and a lot more fun. I would love to know if you guys had a favorite project from today's DIYs. It's always so hard for me to pick a favorite. I mean, they're almost all like my children. Like they all have their own personality. I just love them all. But if you have a favorite, definitely let me know down in the comments. If you did like today's projects, I would love if you would give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. As always, remember to be safe, be smart, be nice, be happy. Choose to have a good day because you are amazing. Don't forget that the link to the 5 Under 5 playlist will also be down in the description box, so be sure and check that out. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, here's another one that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have an amazing day.